What's up, shitters and farters? It's me, Brendan.
What?
What? We can't start like that?
No, we can. I'm Bridget.
It's doom. It's doom time. I don't know why that's harder to do on the couch than like
sit up
sitting.
straight.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, dude? What are we doing today?
What up? We are going to review a banger of a book. I'm actually literally so excited I could cry. I don't think you understand.
I put it up too early, but it's freaking goddamn freaking ass freaking Malice by John Gwynne. I'm gonna see if I can.
Beep beep beep. Ugh, bless. Is it gonna say?
Hopefully that looks sick. Cool. Yeah.
This book was on my TBR for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Before I finally got to pick it up, because I've heard from a lot of people that I like to watch that have content about books.
Yeah.
That they love this book and that particularly the characters in this book are amazing, which we know how we feel.
I know how I feel.
I love.
We haven't talked about this book that much yet.
No, I just mean like we love to read about.
Oh, we love characters. Yes. Yeah, dude. Let's freaking review it. Let's start off spoiler free as per usual for the little bit. Do you want to hit us with a brief Goodreads synopsis of Malice by John Gwynne, book 1 of The Faithful and the Fallen?
Faithful and
the farters and the shitters.
Okay. A black sun is rising. Young Corbin watches enviously as boys become warriors under King Brennan's rule, learning the art of war. He yearns to wield his sword and spear to protect his king's realm, but that day will come all too soon. Only when he loses those he loves will he learn the true price of courage. The Banished Lands has a violent past where armies of men and giants clashed shields in battle, the earth running dark with their heart's blood. Although the giant clans were broken in ages past, their ruined fortresses still scar the land. But now giants stir anew, and the very stones weep blood, and there are sightings of giant worms. Those who can still read the signs see a threat far greater than the ancient wars.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. So this shit's like pretty much, it's like very, I don't want to say basic, but it's like chosen one prophecy type shit.
Hero's journey.
How do you feel about is that something you're tired of reading about? Like, I don't know, like how do you feel about it being just like a hero's journey?
I don't think there are certain plots that I feel like I will never get tired of when they're done well.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
So like, yes, does everyone and their dog write about the hero's journey? Of course they do.
And the prophecy. Like, I feel like the prophecy is the big one that's like everything has a prophecy. Oh, the gods are fighting?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But like, if it's done well, I don't care. I will read it 100 million times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he does a really good job with this prophecy.
Some things in there that are like kind of unique and a fun little spin.
Yes.
I would say.
I think that real quick, I rated this book 4.5 stars out of 5.
Wow.
I don't think I said that.
I gave it a 5. I loved this.
Wow, damn.
I loved this book.
That's a lot of stars.
I read the physical book.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I do a lot of audiobooks.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 small children and a job. So most of the time when I read a physical book, it's like a month-long process for me. I banged this shit out in 5 days. Like, I loved it.
I think it might have taken me 5 days to get through the first half.
It's slow in the beginning. I'll give you that one for sure.
I think that going back to the prophecy real quick, it's like usually like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like the prophecy unfolding in this book didn't feel like, oh, the good guy is fulfilling his destiny. It felt like, oh shit, bad stuff is about to happen.
Yeah. And does anyone know?
And no, yeah. For a lot of the book,
because the good guy doesn't even know he's the good guy.
Yeah, and I feel like the reader doesn't know that the guy that thinks he's the good guy isn't the good guy until a certain point.
There's a lot of like confusion.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way.
No.
It doesn't.
It's mystery.
Yeah.
It's not confusion. It's like mystery.
Yeah, that's a very better way to put it.
Yeah.
But it feels very much like the author does a really good job. John Gwynne does a really good job of like making you wonder, wait, what's actually happening here? Like, wait, hold on, what's going on?
This book, at least I felt like this is mostly a setup book
Yeah.
with a really, really good like second half.
Yeah.
So like there's just a lot of things that like characters do that seems like it's gonna be like way important like later on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of setup, especially in that first half of the book.
Yeah.
The first half is mostly, I feel like, spent getting to know characters and building world. Like not
totally
a lot
agree.
of shit
I
happens.
totally agree. However, I feel like the reason I felt justified in giving it 5 stars is because I've read books
Yeah.
where the first half is just build up, and this one still I was entertained. Like I didn't necessarily, and that's a me personally. I know that there are some people that don't feel that way, but for me personally, I was like, this is awesome. Like I will watch Corbin learn with a wooden sword. Like I'm so invested.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I didn't mean like I don't think it was like necessarily boring.
Yeah.
But it is very like it is just set up. And I think that like if the whole book would have been set up, I wouldn't have been pleased. But the second half is
I agree.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. How do you feel about his prose?
I liked his prose. I don't necessarily think there's anything like wildly insane about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the way that the prose that he uses sets up a very, the only word coming to mind is vibey, but like the world he builds is I don't know,
I think
vibey, like gothic kind of.
Yeah, I think I think in our like recap video I said it just feels dark. Like it feels like I can't remember the analogy I used, but it's like pre-internet. like it just feels like
Yes.
Well, I wish I could remember what I said in that video.
I don't remember either, but I was actually thinking well, I'm reading the 4th book right now, so but it feels to me the way that it felt as far as like the world that you're in watching the first season of Game of Thrones. Like that's what the world feels like to me. Kind of just a little bit more dark and I don't know. I love it though.
Yeah.
What do you think about the prose?
I wasn't thinking about this when I read it, but like reflecting on it, well, I guess when I did read it, I was like, yeah, this is just very like utilitarian prose. Like it's kind of Brandon Sanderson, where he's just like he's just saying, he's not trying to be like eloquent. He's trying to just get the point across of like what's happening. And that doesn't mean it's not like descriptive and like
it's so good.
You know, like you can picture it in your mind. And I liked it.
I agree.
That was great.
Yeah, but I don't think there were big like stand out like whoa.
No, he's not trying to be poetic.
No.
I think the stuff that stands out in books like this where it's just like Sanderson or John Gwynne, at least I've only read Malice, so I guess I don't know. It doesn't like have like a lot of like flowery like poetic shit, but it has stuff that happens that is just like hard, like tough as shit.
Yes.
Like
it's way more about like
the action
or the plot or the story that he's building.
Yeah, like the one oh wait, I can't say that until later. Almost did a spoiler. But yeah. I actually wrote in here tense action. I thought he wrote action super well. Yeah,
it's always a plus for me. Like I know the writing is good when I can understand the action sequences. Like I can actually in my head kind of tell what's happening because I've read so many where I'm like, okay, they're fighting.
Yeah, dudes be fighting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And this one I very much could like I knew what was going on and who was where and with what weapon and I really liked that.
Even the action that was like a little less violent. You know what I mean? Like the Why is that so funny?
I know what you mean. Your face was funny. It was like you were communicating, but with only eyes.
Yeah, I mean, just like when like some of the characters are like younger, where they're not like actually like fighting to kill, but they're like quarreling.
Yes.
Even that was like really like well done.
I totally agree. Yeah, he made it compelling for me from page 1.
I can't wait to do next book. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about that I wrote down. Is character stuff. So like I really liked how the hero of the book, not air quotes, he is the hero of the book.
Yeah.
His like journey throughout the book, he like just grows up so much, dude, and it's just so fun to follow.
Yes.
How did you feel about?
I think so. I have this like after reading so many, I went through like a pretty hardcore romance fantasy era a couple years ago. And every freaking book that I read, the main character hero is a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like they're so young, and so I think sometimes
like YA.
because of that, I get like nervous when the book sets up a really young main character.
Sure.
But like I was cured of that within the first like 15 pages of this one, because it doesn't feel the same as that, in that like he is just a kid.
Yeah.
You know, like when it opens on him, he's
literally
just
a child.
kid.
Yeah.
Just doing kid shit. And I like, so it made the journey more impactful.
Yeah.
I think.
I thought there was going to be a time skip.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally thought so too.
There's not.
Nope. There's not, and it's not boring.
Which is a little bit of overshadowing for how grim the world is.
Yeah, so fair. Yeah.
How do you feel about the like villains in this book? So I know there's like more than one. Without spoiling, I'm talking about the one. How do I say this without spoiling? Okay, so not the villain that's in like the prologue or like chapter 1. The other one.
Okay.
The dude, the boy one.
Okay. I think I understand. I'm gonna pretend like I understand. I think I do.
Wait, I forgot his name, bro. I'm gonna say a secret off mic. How did I forget his name? Oh, duh.
Yeah. Okay. I was right. I was right.
Cool,
I was right.
Cool.
Okay. This is one of those scenarios where I feel like John Gwynne does a really good job at like making you wonder what the hell is
Okay,
going
I'm so glad
on.
you felt that way.
Like, yeah, I'm always so what's the word I'm looking for? Like interested in how authors like write a character and their words are positive, but that's not the feeling that you get.
Yeah.
Like it's genuine magic to me how they can go about describing someone and like talking about their actions, and all the words they use are positive.
Yeah.
But just as the reader, you're like,
I don't know about this. This seems weird.
I feel
he had me fooled until like a very specific point in the book.
I know what you're
and then
about.
I was like, oh no, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did a really, really good job writing that character.
Most like the main characters I think were super well done.
I totally agree.
Was that guy specifically. I was like,
I don't think that maybe in the beginning there were a couple of times, because this book, maybe we should have already said, but there are like, I don't even know, maybe like 10 different POVs.
Yeah.
There's a ton, and there's so many characters, which I loved. And so I feel like sometimes when I've read books like that before, even where there's only like 3 POVs, it can get really frustrating to like turn to the next chapter and be like, I don't want to read about this character.
Me and The Way of Kings, every Shalon chapter, I'm like, God damn it, dude.
For real. But I don't remember really feeling that in this book. Maybe a handful of times, but overall, I just loved all of them. Like I always wanted to read about them. Yeah. Which I think is a major win on John Gwynne's part. So
I think that like in this book though, there's less like chapters ending on real cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Like once like the second half, like once it starts going, it's kind of just resolving all at once. Brandon Sanderson will be like, anyways, this dude's hanging off a cliff and we're gonna go to Shadesmar. And I'm like, bro,
why would you do that?
Yeah. Anyways, do you have any other things you want to say spoiler free before we spoil?
I want to know, I don't know how much is in this book, so maybe I shouldn't ask that question until we're doing spoilers. I'm gonna wait.
Okay. I would really appreciate not being accidentally spoiled, so err on the side of safety. Very invested in this series already.
So fair. Yeah. Okay, well then I'm gonna stop talking. We could talk about it in the spoilers.
It's spoiler time.
Pew, pew.
Womp, 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 womp.
The best part.
How do you want to...
I love spoiler time.
My notes are literally just a list of characters.
Perfect.
So I don't know how you want to start this shit.
Well, the first thing that I have to talk about is Storm.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to start there.
I mean, what does there say? Like,
About Storm?
I love her.
Oh, this is one of those, just like the process that he goes through with Storm is one of those things that I feel like, man, John Gwynne is so masterful with this.
Because that's like a big trope, isn't it, in fantasy? Like animal, like
animal
companion. Because I don't know if that's true because I haven't read that much, but I remember after I read The Will of the Many, I watched like some review about it, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, I like hated the spoilers for The Will of the Many, real quick, if you haven't read that." Sorry. He was like, "Oh, I hated like how he got saved by the wolf like twice.
Oh.
Like that's such a tropey like thing or whatever." And I liked that part.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I liked that part too.
And he was just saying that there was so many like tropes that like that happens, but I don't. Is there in your experience?
Not that I've noticed, but that doesn't mean that there's not.
Yeah. I mean, there's because of bazillion books.
Yeah. It could just be the type of books that person was reading. But also, I feel like I don't know. It's the same way that I feel about reading a certain type of book.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there are tropes that get used over and over and over.
I mean, there's a reason that they're tropes in the first place, right?
So, like, maybe if you didn't like the trope, you just didn't like that part of the book.
Sure.
Like, it just didn't hit for you. I don't know.
I don't even know why I brought that up. Continue with what you were saying about Storm. I'm so sorry. My brain is scattered right now.
That's my brain all the time.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. I don't know. I love the way that he found her.
Yeah.
First of all.
In the swamp or whatever?
In the swamp.
Yeah.
That's an
Did you, were you thinking she was, like, I kind of was just like, oh, he found the Wolven in the swamp. Like, this is a sign that, like, the old magic's coming back and, like, the giants are here. I didn't think, he's gonna, like, so the second time he meets the Wolven and then, like, whatever, saves them and all that happens. I was so surprised and I was, like, so happy to see them again.
Yeah.
And equally horrified.
Yeah, that's super fair. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I just took it as like foreshadowing of like.
Yeah, what has been being
pretty much just like world building. Yes. Like, oh, he's showing that like the old magic or whatever is coming back. Yeah, the monsters and shit.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I don't know. I guess I kind of knew. I had an inkling that they would be buds.
Yeah.
That was my hope anyway.
And the Wolven he saved is Storm's mom, right?
Yeah.
And then Storm was the baby that she was pregnant with. Yeah. And
they killed
all the other Wolven, right?
Yeah.
He only saved Storm.
Yeah.
Dude, I have such a hard time with animal deaths in books and movies.
I do too.
More than people, which is probably bad. But like, dude.
I feel like I do too. So.
Oh.
When they killed all the Wolven, it was literally horrific.
Or even when was it the Hunt Master's dog that died in this book? It was, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure, because it wasn't. God, now I'm having a
like Rafe's dad.
Yeah, what's Rafe's dad's name? Helfatch.
Yeah, Helfatch.
I'm pretty sure one of his dogs dies.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like a terrible guy, and I still was like on the verge of tears. I was like, "Why did you kill the dog, bro?
The dog.
Why'd you kill the dog?"
Yeah, there's a lot of animals in this, like animals that hold a lot of consequence.
Yeah,
dogs and hounds and horses and
Shield. I want to talk about Storm a little bit more before we talk about other guys.
Because we have to talk about the Old Yeller or the.
That's literally about what I was gonna say.
What is that book called?
Old Yeller. Oh wait, that's when they kill the dog.
Go on, get White Fang.
White Fang, yeah.
He White Fangs.
He White Fangs Storm hard.
Yeah.
And dude, this is what I love about being a little dumb, is I just believe him. I'm like, damn, it sucks the Storm's gone.
You're like, that's real.
I'm like, that was a really sad part.
Listen, it was sad. I had a little bit of hope but it's still sad.
Yeah, I mean, I had hope, but I wasn't like counting on Storm coming back.
Yeah.
Which made it so much better
when they found her.
you like, yeah, like, I'm trying to remember exactly how it plays out.
Doesn't the bird?
The bird's like, the bird tells Brenna like, oh, Storm's been following, whatever. And then I was like, yay, I'm so happy. And then you find out that Corbin's homeboys have been feeding Storm the whole time.
Freaking Feral and Daft, man.
Yeah.
The OGs.
I feel like the emotional impact of this book as a whole is like very good.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Storm.
I mean, yeah, she's awesome. I don't have a ton else to say about her. She's just fucking sick.
That's super fine. Okay, well, you could tell me a character since I started on Storm.
Well, I guess my favorite character, I'm just going to start off with my favorite character so far in this series. I've read one book, is Gar.
Yeah. Gar's so cool.
Dude. So like, I think what it is for me is just like, you just think he's some guy. He's the stable master, right? And it's random. Like, oh, he's like Corbin's like friend. He's kind of like an uncle or whatever. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to start training you and whatever. And like every time Corbin's like, hey, how come you can like walk around right now? Like, what's going on with your leg? And he's just like, sometimes it feels better than others. I'm like, the whole book, I'm just like, what is his secret?
We know an undercover warrior.
Yeah, I'm like, what is your secret? And then you finally get to the end and like you're finding out like just the tiniest little bit about him the whole book. And then you find out like who he is and like I can't remember the name of the Jahar, yeah. And like, so is his dad like the rightful king of the Jahar? Is that what I was getting at? What they were getting at? You can't say anything because you don't know if you're going to spoil.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that he's kind of like, oh, my dad's like the rightful king of the Jahar or whatever. Yeah. And he fights the guy and it's like, dude, it's one of the best action scenes in the whole book.
Coolest.
Yeah. And I love so
many good ones like that upcoming. I just have to tell you.
I'm excited.
Like, it just keeps going like that.
I love that Gar didn't just like outright win. Like he had to run away from the fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was so good.
Oh, I love Gar. And like he's still so mysterious. Like there's so many things that you still don't know about him. Yeah. Like why is who's the scribe or whatever for Nether's dad, Aquilas's dad?
The scribe?
I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure it starts with an M because like a bazillion of the characters have an M name. So Nether, I think, kills Aquilius, or however you say it, his dad. And there's the guy there, not the guy they kill, not the guy that died without trial, but the king's like advisor. And he runs back to
Michael.
Yeah. Who the shit is Michael? Why is Gar in on it? Why is Corbin's mom in on it?
Yeah.
Like they just don't. They're just like they just know everything. Oh, yeah. And I guess Corbin's dad knows about it too.
Yeah.
Corbin's dad.
We can't go there yet. Focus.
Anyways, I just really love Gar. I hope that I get to see his character like grow more and like learn more about him because I just loved every time that they were interacting.
Yeah.
And just like the cutesy parts too, where like he's at the field and like just like watching Corbin and like just teaching him to like be strong and like have
like the very first
control his emotions.
Yeah, where they talk about like Corbin saying, "Well, I was just so scared." And Gar saying like everyone's scared.
Everyone is scared dude. Oh, Gar is such a legend. He's such a good dad. He's not even a dad.
I know. Bro. Oh, I love Gar. He really is the best.
How do you feel about Nether? You talked about it briefly, spoiler free, but I want like the full Nether down.
Yeah, so I was very like you. I was bought in for quite a minute on Nether. I started having like interesting feelings about the trajectory of him once I was getting a little bit more insight in Veritas, I feel like. Because I remember in this book feeling like Veritas was solid.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, I really like him. I feel like he actually genuinely wants to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And it was when Aquilas died that I was like,
I feel
right
that was like the set in stone part where I was like, oh, he's bad.
Yeah.
I think even a little before that, because I mean, I felt the same about Veritas. Yeah. He's just like the best boy. He's supporting his friend. He's being loyal. He's just being a good guy.
He's just a good dude.
He's like
Jon Snow.
Or like Adolin.
Yeah.
But like less like boy, you know.
Yeah.
But Nathair keeps going over to the or keeps talking to the Yakaved. What's their name? The people with the ships.
Oh,
It's where he meets. It's where he meets
Lycos and the Vinthalin. Vinthalin.
Vinthalin.
Yeah.
Who's these Yakaved? Is that in Stormlight?
Yeah, I don't know. Lycos is the name of the leader of the Vinthalin.
Yeah, it's also in a place in Red Rising.
You're right.
Yeah.
Lycos is.
Anyways,
Yeah,
right.
So when they introduced the the alliance, I guess, between the two of them, I was like,
it specifically was the part where what's the name of the giant?
Oh, Alcyon?
Alcyon.
Wait, which giant?
There's only one so far.
Oh.
One name. Alcyon and Calidus. Calidus. It's when they all go with Lycos to the Sword People place. And they show and then Calidus becomes like the fucking angel or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you are him. Like you're the Messiah. Whatever." I can't remember what they call him. The Bright Sun or some shit.
Ben Ilim.
The Ben Ilim. But they call him like the.
Oh, Nathair or who? They're calling who?
Nathair.
They're calling Nathair the Bright Star.
The Bright Star, and Calidus is the Ben Ilim or whatever. Yeah,
which is
his
like
protector.
The angel servant of Elion or whatever.
When that happened, I was like, "Ain't no way."
Yeah.
I was like, "There's no way that there's something weird's going on." Like, I don't know. And then he kills his dad. I think they never really proved it, but I'm like pretty sure he kills his dad. Yeah. And I was like, okay, he's definitely the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I still wasn't sure who the good guy was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hoped it's Corbin.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't know until, like, the end of the book, pretty much.
Which is so fun.
Yeah, it hits so hard.
I love that we didn't know who, like, where the pieces would fall. That's basically the whole book.
Kind of what I was saying before in the beginning of the video, where I was like, it's prophecy, but it's not.
No.
It's not Harry Potter.
No. You don't know.
You have no idea, dude.
Yeah. And I feel like even still a little bit by the end of this book, you're still like, wait.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Like, who are the players?
And there's just so many questions, like, as far as, like, the politics or, like, the world at large, too, because, like, obviously Rin's just doing shit that I don't know about. Like, I know that her and Evnis, is how you say it, have been in cahoots, because you find that out, like, the first page of the book. Oh, my God. How did you feel about Braith? Do you remember who Braith is?
I remember who Braith is. I'm just trying to divide how I feel about him right now compared to how
Do you want me to give you a rundown of Braith book 1?
So Braith book 1, the first time you meet him is when he rescues Camlin, right?
Camlin, bro, my goat.
You love Camlin.
Not my actual goat, because Gar's my goat, but I do love Camlin.
I love Camlin. Yeah. So Braith, I feel like page 1 mixed feelings on that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he feels. I'm having a hard time separating my feelings.
So you find out that he is in cahoots with Rin. Like, he's basically serving Rin.
Oh. Okay.
And that's kind of where it ends. And then, like, all the fighting happens where Toll gets killed by Morkant. Yeah.
Friggin' yeah! I forgot that was the end of this book. Is that you find out he's been in cahoots with Rin. Yeah.
So, like, sorry, I didn't let you finish, but like, I kind of liked him at the beginning, because I was like, oh, he's Robin Hood, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's taking care of, like, the boys in the forest who, like, are the outcasts, like Cam, and, like, looking out for him. And I'm like, they're like.
Yeah, because Cam's story was basically like, oh, I was orphaned and Braith took me in and taught me, right?
He saw his family got killed.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why he's like, I will never kill women and children, which, like, seems like you should think that no matter what, but go off king. And yeah, whatever. But yeah, he's like, I just feel like I see him as like this kind of like rebel figure, like a Robin Hood, you know? Like, yeah, he's doing crimes and shit, but like he's just trying to like
help the guys that are forgotten.
Yeah, help
situation.
his gang, dude.
That's so fair.
Until I find like it was the mixture of him kidnapping the girls and just being like, I'll kill him. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if they don't give me what I want, like, we're just going to kill him.
Yeah.
And then finding out that he's in cahoots with Rin, I'm like, oh, fuck this guy forever.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
That was a big shock for me.
Oh, what a
I
good
do remember
twist.
being so very shocked.
Yeah.
About Braith working with Rin.
Yeah.
Especially that it was like going back like forever. Like he's always been
the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
The whole band of.
And he would never tell anybody like why he joined the. Do you remember what they're called?
I can't remember. Dang
I don't remember, but the Forest Boys is what I'm gonna call them. Yeah, I just like.
Yeah. Oh man, I had forgotten about that.
There's so many character relationships in this book that I feel like this is gonna take forever.
It is gonna take forever. There are so many character relations. Like we haven't even touched on
Castell,
Corbin's family, and Mayquin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where are we going first? Corbin's family?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton, I feel like, with Corbin's family, except for Thanon, his dad, obviously, and Cywin, or however the audiobook narrator says it. Quen, or something stupid. How'd you feel about Cywin?
Swen. I don't know. I remember in book 1 just wishing that she like made more of an appearance.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh.
So.
God. Yeah. So. I think at the beginning I kind of found her annoying.
Yeah.
To be honest. But I also think that I remember specifically the scene where her and Adana have been like captured by Braith and Camlin, and just how like fierce and sassy
she's throwing knives.
Yeah, like I was like,
who's the boy? Who's her boyfriend that gets killed? Do you remember his name?
Dang it! It starts with an R, right?
I don't remember. I was trying to find it in the book, but there's so many damn pages in that book.
Literally. I can't remember.
I just feel like she just felt kind of the same to me until like that part.
Yeah. Yep.
Once she gets kidnapped, and then I was like, oh, I'm finally starting to see like some.
She was pretty.
Some change. Yeah.
There wasn't a lot happening with her.
She's just doing stable shit, throwing knives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fair.
You don't see her. You don't like. Nobody actually sees her die, which is why I think she's not dead.
That's fair.
Personally.
Yeah, that's super fair.
We'll find out.
You'll find out when you start the next book.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's alive though. I'm like fairly certain.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Thanon?
Thanon? Thanon. That one makes me so sad.
I didn't write his name down. I just remembered it. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's how good of a character he is, I feel like.
He was a good character.
He's not even in it that much.
No. But like, even just the sword.
Mm-hmm.
With the woven as the
It's this
hilt.
Sword.
Well, yeah, that's fair. But
Yeah. It's like, I mean, that part, like him being, it's weird because I feel like in this book, there's not a lot of like inner dialogue of like people's thoughts. It's all just people talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you see that like Thanon's just so excited about this sword.
Yes.
And just working on it for so long, and it makes the reveal so good, dude.
Makes it so
I literally
good.
like read the reveal and closed the book, and I was like, holy shit, that's the sword, dude.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just, I think he's one of my favorite like dad characters I've ever. He's just such a dad.
He's like so supportive too, and like he's just like, I don't know. When he went and like he was like, all right, son, I'm gonna show you like the power of words, and then goes to Hellfatch and just kicks his ass, dude. That's like one of my favorite scenes. That shit's so funny, dude.
Funny.
It's so funny.
Such a dad.
And I'm like, was so excited to learn more about him and like his backstory. Yeah. And then that motherfucker got killed, bro.
And then he dies.
His death was really hard.
It was.
It was so sad, dude.
It was so sad. The whole end scene of this book is insane.
Yeah, I mean, Corbin fighting Rafe in the duel
It was so
was a
funny.
bad the fuck ass,
That was
dude.
so good.
He's like nervous, and then he's like, "All right, I just
Like
gotta calm
5
my
seconds.
emotions." And then it starts, and he just absolutely mops him up, dude.
That's
It just
amazing.
embarrasses him in front of everyone.
Oh.
And I remember being so mad at Brennan. So mad at him because I'm like,
yeah.
why are you acting like this?
Yeah.
You've been so good this whole book.
Yeah.
Like, surely your wife's death isn't affecting you this much to where, like, you're being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then you find out that he's been poisoned or whatever. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
no. But that's when Cam really,
He steps up.
he starts going crazy mode.
Yeah.
I mean, he really stepped up when he saved Cylon and the queen and shit.
Of course.
Well, he tried to save the queen. She got murked, but
she got murked.
yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, what was the other? There's one other fight that happens that was really entertaining at the end.
Is it Toll and Morcant rematch when Toll dies?
Oh.
That one was crazy
that one
brutal,
was
dude.
Crazy.
I mean, that whole part where like they're sneaking up and Corbin's with him. He's like, it's like his first. He literally wakes up from his long night, which he wasn't supposed to sleep at, and the guy is riding by and he's like, we're being invaded.
Hey.
Oh wait, sorry, I'm getting my timeline mixed up. That was like right at the end.
Yeah.
When Toll fights Morcant, it's when they find out that the girls have been kidnapped. Because they're out searching for Storm.
Yes.
Yeah. And so like they're going and they're like trailing him or whatever. And Corbin sees the guy and like goes to pull his sword out of his sheath. And Gar's like, no.
No.
And then like whatever, all the fighting happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Toll and like Morcant fight, I'm pretty sure is when you think of.
That one was really cool.
I literally read the end of it today. And because I was like just looking at shit in the book, like at character names and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what it said, but it's like Morcant like looks over at Toll's body and then just drives his sword all the way like through his whole chest through the ground, and it's just like so graphic and like dark, dude.
Yeah. I was sad about that one for sure.
I was really sad about that one, especially because Toll was really cool too. Like
he was a cool character.
in the field, he was like really chill, like to Corbin. I feel like I just really appreciated all the characters who were nice to Corbin, because at the beginning of this book he just gets shit on, and it's so sad. He just gets bullied so much, dude.
Poor Corbin. He was a really bullied little kid.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love his instructor though. There's no way I'm gonna remember his name. Hallian, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What?
I just love him.
I do too.
And I just remembered about his brother.
Yeah.
The one who
is the one.
kills Cylon, allegedly. She didn't die on screen, so
on screen.
If you don't see him die on screen, it's probably not
real. Yeah. No, Hallian is the best. And Hallian, doesn't he become first sword?
Yeah.
Right? Like
he does, yeah, after Toll, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's such
and then he runs away with them all.
Yeah. He's such a good character.
Wait, did Brennan die?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Nathair kills him.
Right. Dude, I'm so excited for book 2.
Yeah. Okay, the last people we have to talk about.
Who?
Are Castell and Aequin in jail.
Yeah. I love the bros fighting giants, dude.
What do they freaking call themselves? Why can't I remember?
The bros?
No, yeah, like the band of people that fight giants. What are they called?
Wrote it because I know I wasn't going to remember it. The Gadari?
Gadari.
Gadari or Gadrai? My handwriting's bad. Gadrai, I think. Gadrai. Yeah. I mean, they do other shit besides fight giants.
But they mostly fight giants.
That's
what they're known for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Freaking Castell.
Yeah. I love that his introduction as a character where he's fighting his cousin at the big gathering where the prophecy unveils and he like kicks him in the balls. And it ends up just being like a huge thing where like his cousin
is the literal word.
Is the devil.
Yeah.
It made me really feel bad for his uncle too, whose name I can't remember, who just like wanted to care for him and like give him a position, and he's like, sorry.
I can't remember his uncle's name either.
I don't remember.
I just remember Maquin, which is his buddy that almost dies, right?
Yeah.
While they're running from the giants.
Yeah. The first time? Yeah.
I can't remember how that one ends.
like their plot in the book.
Yeah.
So basically what's happening is Veridus, who is their friend,
Right.
and the Ben Elim guy, Calidus, and the giant are with them, and they're going to fuck up a giant tribe and get the hammer back.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
They go in the tunnels and they have a big war, and JL is the one that killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like, because they end up getting split up, and then I remember like Veridus being like saying something like, "This is like," somebody's like, "This is weird," like, and Veridus keeps warning Castell and McQuinn. He's like, "You guys need to like make sure you're on the right side of this.
Yeah.
Like, you need to like you need to serve like Nether. Like, I don't want anything to happen to you." And then yeah, they get murked by literally like their friends.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Horrific.
Dude. That's like the only part that genuinely like made me mad at Veridus.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you so stupid?
Literally.
How are you so dumb? But like, it's also kind of not his fault because like he got tricked pretty good. Like he saw the Ben Elim too.
Yeah.
Like, he saw with his own eyes.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Guy,
yeah,
too.
exactly.
Like, it really comes down to like the fact that he made a promise to Nether.
Yeah.
Like, it comes back to that so often for him, I feel like. That, like, Nether is his friend and he genuinely believes him to be a good person.
Yeah. And what proof does he have that he's not the bright star?
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that there's a little bit of doubt that, that one guy killed Nether's dad. I can't remember that guy's name.
Oh.
But I remember, like, when they, like, finally capture him and he's like, I shouldn't kill him or whatever, and then he ends up killing him, and, like, him feeling guilt about that and feeling weird about it. But then at a certain point, he's like, no, this is the right thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
bro.
I want him to, I don't want him to be a bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's so honorable, you know?
He is such a good dude. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm very tempted to tell you just stop reading whatever you're reading and read the rest of these.
I'm reading Blood Over Brighthaven right now.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally finished Ruin last night.
Yeah.
At 10 p.m. and said, I have to immediately start the next book.
Dang.
And I got it on Spotify.
You like this better than Stormlight, huh?
I do.
I think I might be. I also like my. You know how I feel about Wind and Truth, so.
Yeah, I think that ticked it down a few notches for me.
Yeah.
But.
Anyways, I mean, I wrote a couple things about plot, just like shit that went hard, pretty much. Corbin on not his name day because they did it like a week before his name day, but on his like, what is that thing called again?
On his long night?
Yeah, but it's like the ceremony before his long night. Do they just call it the long night?
Like when he has to go through all the tests.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's sparring and everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
And then
because he was trained by freaking Gar.
Yeah, exactly. And
Hallion.
Hallion. Yeah. Like Hallion's like a good ass fighter, dude.
Gar's just Jahar,
and he's also like
level of,
yeah. But isn't Hallion's also like a foreigner? Like he also has a different style too.
Yeah, he's
a refugee from Rin, right? I'm pretty sure
not from Rin.
Oh, then somebody I don't know.
I was gonna say I don't think you know yet where he's from.
Because Brennan did take in some refugees from Rin, because I remember her saying that like give us back, whatever.
Yes,
but it didn't seem to be a huge thing.
It wasn't Hallion and his brother.
Okay.
They are refugees, but you don't know where they're from yet.
Word. Anyways, that part went hard as shit. Fighting Rafe at the end. So hard.
Amazing.
All the training scenes with Gar were just.
There's so many good little training sequences in this book.
I love them.
I do too.
Finding Storm, we already talked about that.
Yeah, Finding Storm.
I didn't feel that crazy, like that connected to S.H.I.E.L.D. until he protected him from the bullies.
From Rafe.
But yeah.
That's a very fair point.
I loved slowly finding out that Nether is evil. Mm-hmm. And by the end, he's really fucking evil.
Yeah.
Like when
Which is bonkers because he doesn't think he is.
No.
He genuinely believes
when he's like in Brennan's kingdom and just like, you can tell the whole time he's just being so manipulative. I'm like, oh my god, he's evil as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I liked when he walks in and Corbin sees him and he's like, this guy's got like a demon on him or something. He like can tell that he's like
Not a
evil.
good bro.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also wrote Braith Twist.
Yeah, the Braith twist was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I also, the only other part that we haven't really mentioned that I have loved is just Britna.
Is she the
like
healer
her.
lady?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's funny.
I like her. I like the crow. I like all the scenes out there in her little tiny shack in the middle of nowhere.
Her personality is really fun, and I really liked her and Heb. Whenever they would interact, and she'd just be like, she would just be with them and stuff.
Yeah. I really like Brenna. I remember
cool.
liking her a lot.
I feel like she's gonna like secretly be like a bad the fuck ass. Like she's an elemental, obviously.
Yeah.
Like she's got that elemental magic.
Oh, because she's a healer? Is that what you're saying?
I don't. This isn't your pen.
No, I said your pen.
Oh yeah, I did. I do that to pretty much every pen because I can't stop fucking with it. I mean, I feel like you could be a healer without being magic.
You just think that she.
But I just get the inkling that she has that elemental magic.
Okay.
But I guess we'll find out. Oh my god, finding out that Evanis can fucking shapeshift? I completely forgot about that.
Well, because isn't it this one where he finds the freaking book?
Does he find the book in this one? Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he learns, isn't it?
And even in the beginning, like, I figured he's going to get some powers because he, like, makes the deal to basically, like, bring back the devil.
Yeah.
Satan. Yeah. Anyways, I love this book.
It's so good.
I feel bad because we just talked about characters the whole time, but, like, that's kind of why I love the book. Yeah.
I totally agree.
I mean, the plot is, for me, not a single plot hole so far.
No.
Like, everything came together beautifully, dude.
I totally agree.
Like, masterfully. Like, things that I just was confused about and then it just...
He really...
fits together so well.
Really, really well. And I'm just excited for you to read the rest of it. Because it's the same caliber, like, all the way through, I feel like.
Dude, the scene where Corbin wakes up from his long night, he's like, fuck, I fell asleep. And then he sees the guy, and the guy's like, did anyone else come before me? He's like, no. And he's like, all right, well, we're about to get fucking invaded, so you better get back, brother. And then shit just really hits the fan. Yeah, goes hard.
Yeah, it really does. I'm so glad you liked it.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
anything else, dude?
What do I have to say about this one?
Let us know if you fuck with this book heavy.
Yeah, and if you don't, you should. It's the best.
Yeah. Okay. See you on Thursday. Love you. Bye.